Yo, this is the Hungry Millennial coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. Today we're talking about building your brand, right? Whether you know it or not, every day that you wake up, you take a breath, you're building a brand. Even more so now that we have social media. So when you're building your brand, three things you got to do. You got to know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and capitalize on both, right? So at the end of the day, we know our strengths, so they set up a pathwork for, us to move forward. It's kind of making us more self-aware of what we're good at, what we're not good at, right? Then we compile that with our passion, our hopes, and our dreams, and we check out we do an assessment of our weaknesses, the things that we need to work on. And through, finding that passion, right, you'll find the things that you're weak at. And if you don't have the passion to keep going, sometimes it's time to reassess your blueprint and reassess the brand that you're putting forward. So for instance, what I decided to do was I created the brand, the Hungry Millennial, right? I created the brand On the Spot Interior Detailing, right? It doesn't take an arm and a leg. I didn't have a crazy amount of experience, but I just started messing with the things that I was weak at, like videography, looking at software, kind of studying what other people were doing. And then that's how I started to lift my brand off the ground. I've noticed that the more that I practice with certain things, the more I'm able to curve those things from weaknesses to strengths, right? So for a while, if you look down my Instagram timeline, I was, reposting people's, like motivational memes. And then I was like, well, why don't I just create my own, right? Then I fell into, create my detailing brand and I forgot about it. Then like most recently, I reached back into the tank, and then I decided that I was going to pull that out of me and, start getting back into creating, trying to create motivational memes. I pumped out like 3 or 4 yesterday. Some I won't reveal until like a couple weeks from now. My new update, my new plan is like, instead of doing videos while I'm gone, because I'll be in the field with the Army, to carry on that 365-day legacy of putting out some type of content, I'm going to be putting out memes on Instagram. So I'm going to find a way to continue to post that so you guys can receive that same motivational value every day. A lot of times, we have to get to a point where we're like completely broken down to capitalize on our weaknesses. When I was a general manager of a restaurant, I struggled at first with getting open on time, getting open fast, right? And what I was noticing is everybody was getting in early, but when they would get in early, the earlier they would get in, the slower they would move, right? So I saw that weakness in myself, and then that comparison to, the tools of the trade that I had gathered along the way. So I was like, what if I move at micro speed, right? Or a really, really fast, crazy speed while I'm getting there early on time at the same time. And so that helped me, forward my brand and myself as a person to set my day up, right? So when drivers, other workers, they were going to show up on late or they weren't going to be on time, that way I could be there, I could manage that, figure it out without them, everybody being, in a chaotic wreck because I hadn't opened the store yet, right? Another way you're also building your brand is by the way that you talk and treat people, right? On a regular basis, I meet all different types of people through Uber, right, who help me hone my business. You're probably asking, wait, they help you hone your business. How do they help you do that? Well, they teach me how to interact with different types of customers who have different types of needs, and they also have different backgrounds, right? And they also have different amounts of money, so they're used to people catering to them in different ways. So I have to communicate to them who I am, what my brand is, without saying too many words, right? But the bottom line is by not saying anything at all, not greeting the person by being grumpy, you create a bad brand and you start to take away from your brand because you never know who you're going to see in the future. That person that's sitting in your back seat could be the next Fortune 500 employer, right? So if you don't take care of that customer, you just deteriorated your brand, and then you got to get back everything that you let them or let yourself take away from your own brand, right? So be consciously aware about how you treat people, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. Continue to build your own brand and capitalize on your strengths and your weaknesses. Yo, this is the Hungry Millennial coming from you from Chicago, Illinois. Again, it's the Hungry Millennial. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.